Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Warriors guard among shocking omissions in controversial NBA 2K rankings. After yet another stunning display of three-point shooting, including 17 triples in his last two games at the Paris Olympics, it's no surprise that Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry has once again claimed the top spot in the NBA 2K25 ratings. Revealed on Monday, Curry was awarded a 99-foot three-point shooting rating, standing 6 points ahead of his nearest competitor. The two-time MVP also secured a 97-foot ball handling rating, second only to Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavericks. Despite Curry's well-deserved accolades, the omission of Golden State Warriors guard Buddy Hield from the list of the top 5 three-point shooters in NBA 2K25 has sparked significant controversy. The rest of the top 5 three-point shooters generated considerable debate. Phoenix Suns wing Grayson Allen came in second with an overall rating of 93, following a season where the 28-year-old shot an impressive 46.1% from beyond the arc. Former Warriors Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson were ranked third and fourth, with ratings of 92 and 89, respectively. Rounding out the top 5 was veteran Minnesota Timberwolves guard Mike Conley, also with an 89-foot three-point rating. Fans quickly took to X, formerly Twitter, to voice their frustration with the rankings, with many pointing out the glaring omission of Buddy Hield, the Warriors' newly acquired sharpshooter. Hield, almost exclusively known for his three-point shooting, joined Golden State on a 4-year, $37.8 million contract during the offseason. The move was seen as a strategic effort to fill the void left by Klay Thompson's departure to the Dallas Mavericks. Over the last 5 years, no player has made more three-pointers in the league than Hield, with only Curry ahead of him, followed by Damian Lillard in third. Despite this impressive track record, Hield's absence from the 2K rankings is likely due to a slightly underwhelming 2023-24 season, where his three-point attempts per game dropped from 8.5 to 6.8, and his shooting percentage fell from 42.5% to 38.6%. Hield wasn't the only notable omission that fans were upset about. Many also criticized the exclusion of Damian Lillard, who, despite struggling with a 35.4% three-point shooting percentage in his first season with the Milwaukee Bucks, still has a reputation as one of the league's elite shooters. Additionally, former Warriors guard Dante DiVincenzo had a strong case for inclusion after hitting over 40% from three and making the third most triples in the league last season, behind only Curry and Luka Doncic. While debates continue over who truly deserves a spot in the top 5, one thing remains undeniable: Stephen Curry is still the undisputed king of three-point shooting, with a significant gap between him and the rest of the field.
Bobby, can you tell us, is there any path whatsoever that makes sense that both of them could team up at this stage in their careers?
Well, listen, Malika, LeBron James signed a 2-year contract this past offseason, and with that contract, there's a player option there. He doesn't have a 3-year contract or a 4-year contract. He has a player option. He can become a free agent once again next offseason and pick his team that he would want to go to. Of course, that comes with probably leaving $50 million on the table to go to a team like Golden State and join in Steph Curry here. And I think the big thing is to keep an eye on is maybe the summer of 2026. Steph Curry has 2 years left on his contract. He has the ability to sign an extension. He could become a free agent also. So certainly LeBron next offseason, or potentially the summer of 26 when both could be free agents.
NBA Insider proposes bold 2-year free agency plan involving Warrior superstar. If the idea wasn't already a hot topic before the 2024 Olympics, Team USA's success in Paris has only fueled the speculation that Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry might join his longtime rival, LeBron James, in the NBA. The veteran duo remained the cornerstone of the star-studded Team USA roster, with James earning MVP honors for the tournament and Curry emerging as arguably the best player in the semi-final and final victories over Serbia and France. NBA front office insider Bobby Marks has already mapped out a way for Golden State Warriors guard Stephen Curry to team up with LeBron James. As many had predicted, the Curry-James combination worked nearly flawlessly once the group stage concluded and the knockout rounds began. James took on more of a playmaking role, allowing Curry to play off the ball, which proved to be devastating for opposing teams in the final 2 games. The prospect of the two playing together at the NBA level has long been an intriguing idea, but it has gained even more traction after their Olympic success. On Tuesday's episode of NBA Today, NBA insider Bobby Marks revealed a potential 1 or 2 year path that could see the legendary duo reunited on the same NBA team. "I think the big thing to watch is maybe the summer of 2026, Marks said. Steph Curry has 2 years left on his contract. He has the ability to sign an extension, or he could also become a free agent. So, certainly LeBron in the next offseason, or potentially in the summer of 26 when both could be free agents." As Marks highlighted, James has a player option for the second year of his recently signed 2-year, $101.4 million contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. This means he could opt out and become an unrestricted free agent as soon as the next offseason. Could the recent Olympic experience playing alongside Curry have changed the 39-year-old's outlook? For Golden State, the idea of Curry leaving to join James elsewhere is a nightmare scenario, but it's one that could be at least 2 years away via free agency. This timeline could extend to 3 years if the two-time MVP signs the 1-year, $62.6 million extension for which he is eligible, by which time he would be 39 years old and James 42. Mark's comments followed Kendrick Perkins' assertion that "it wouldn't surprise me if we see a reunion with Steph Curry and KD, Kevin Durant, or LeBron James and Steph." Former Golden State forward and NBA champion Matt Barnes, along with Lakers center Christian Wood, have also floated the idea of Curry and James teaming up on the same NBA team in the future. The Warriors have already tried to make this happen earlier this year when they made an audacious attempt to trade for James before the midseason deadline in February, but the 4-time MVP and his management team turned down the proposal. The idea of Curry and James joining forces in the NBA isn't just a wild fantasy anymore, it's a possibility that seems to be inching closer to reality. Two crucial questions Kyle Anderson must answer quickly with the Warriors next season. The Golden State Warriors' acquisition of Kyle Anderson has sparked mixed reactions. The veteran forward signed a 3-year, $27 million deal with the franchise this offseason, and while some view it as a savvy move that adds depth and versatility to the Warriors roster, others, like The Athletic's Kelly Iko, are less optimistic about its potential success. Kyle Anderson's arrival in Golden State brings immediate questions that the seasoned forward must address to prove his value. Anderson's blend of ball handling, passing, and defense is expected to complement the Warriors' system well. However, it doesn't guarantee that his integration will be seamless from the start of the season. Will Anderson be a 25-a-minute per game player for the Warriors, or will his role be more limited, perhaps around 15 to 20 minutes? The answer largely depends on how Anderson addresses these two critical questions. 1. Was last season's three-point struggle a fluke or a persistent issue? Anderson's biggest weakness is his three-point shooting, a flaw that could be magnified in a Warriors frontcourt already lacking in spacing options. Anderson has never been a prolific shooter, but he's had seasons where he knocked down shots at a respectable rate. He shot 36% from 3 on 3.8 attempts per game with the Memphis Grizzlies in 2020-21, and in his first season with the Timberwolves in 2022-23, he managed an impressive 41% from beyond the arc, albeit on just 1.5 attempts per game. However, that percentage plummeted to a dismal 22.9% last season, with his attempts dropping to just 0.6 per game. Was last season's 22.9% an anomaly, or is it indicative of a deeper issue? If Anderson can rediscover a consistent three-point shot, even in the mid-30% range, it could open up new possibilities for Steve Kerr and the coaching staff. This would make him a more valuable asset on the floor, especially when sharing minutes with other non-shooters. 2. Can Anderson and Draymond Green be effective together? This question ties directly to Anderson's shooting but remains a crucial aspect of his fit with the team. Many view Anderson as a smaller version of Draymond Green, a player who can step in and perform a similar role when the 4-time All-Star is off the floor. While Anderson is likely to see most of his minutes when Green is resting, his true impact will be determined by whether the two can coexist on the court. If they can, Anderson's playing time could extend from 15 to 20 minutes per game to something closer to 25. Can the Warriors thrive with an Anderson-Green combination in the frontcourt? Success hinges on both players' ability to hit open shots at a reasonable clip, and Anderson will need to improve his rebounding after a noticeable decline last season. Additionally, how does Jonathan Kuminga fit into this equation as someone who should be getting 30 minutes per game? These are pressing questions that Anderson and the Warriors will need to address early in the season. There won't be much time to experiment with lineups, the Western Conference is too competitive for that. While there's reason to be optimistic about what Anderson can bring to the franchise both next season and in the future, the concerns heading into training camp are equally valid.